Hi, it's Jen, and thanks for joining me today. Today I'm doing a Mother's Day card, and I'm using the cardstock from Tim Holtz for watercolor, and I'm using the smooth side of the card. I prefer to use that to the rough side, and I'm also using a piece of just leftover plastic from some packaging. It's pretty thin, and my Tombow markers. And so I'm just taking the markers and kind of drawing on the plastic and then spritzing it with water. And then I'm just trying to put the color right now on the edge of the card. And I like smoothing the ink out onto the card instead of splotching it. So as you can see, I'm just laying it down and then smoothing out with my finger, and then I'll go over it and kind of smooth it out some more with the paper towel. And then I'm going to put some brown around the edges, and it's not a whole lot, it's really subtle, but you can see on the finished product the brown around the edges, and I kind of like the brown and the pink together. And I did dry between the colors, so now I'm using the yellow, and I put that in the middle. I really like this technique because it's kind of random, but at the same time you have a little more control over where the color is going and what's happening with it and kind of the look that you're wanting. And so I keep dabbing it throughout. If I want to pick up any color or if I want to lighten color, I'll use my paper towel. And then the last color I put on is kind of a subtle pink. And I don't smooth this out a whole lot, I just kind of dab it so it gives the little, I don't know what those are called, like little dots, I guess. And so that's the finished card, or not the finished card, but that's the finished with the marker part of the card. And then I'm going to take my banner die, and I'm taking the biggest die in this set. There's only 3 in the set. I'm actually using the negative space, which does not have the stitching. The thin part around the outside is the part that actually has the stitching. And so I'm taking my Dritz tool, and this is kind of like a rotary. It's not a blade really, it's just like a serrated, it's got a serrated edge on it. And I know this is used for sewing, but I have no clue what it's used for. But so I just did some faux stitching around the outside of the vellum. And then here I'm taking a piece of white foam and some double-sided tape. And one side I'm going to stick to the white foam, and then the other side I'm going to stick this silver foil. This foil I got from Dollar Tree. It was they come in sheets of 8.5 by 11, I believe, and there's 10 sheets in a pack, and they're the Jot brand, which at Dollar Tree, the Jot brand is a lot of different crafts and stickers and stuff like that. And so I just adhere that foil onto my foam tape. And then in the background you can see I have another heart. I don't end up using that, I'll just save it for another project, but I kind of like how it looks right now, but at the time I just didn't think it looked right on the card, I guess, and so I didn't end up using it. And I have this happy die that I've used before, and so I'm going to use that. And I'm also going to use this little heart, and I don't end up using the little heart. So I run that through my Big Shot machine, and then I just punch out the little pieces from the letters with my We Are Memory Keepers. I think it's called a quick tip. What is that called? It's called a I can't see what the writing says. QuickStik. So one side is, it's got like a pointed edge for things like this to take out pieces of the die cuts. And then the other edge is kind of like a sticky, if you flip the tool over, it's got a sticky side, which is good for sequins. Or picking up sequins or other small items like little small pieces of die cuts. And so here I'm trying to figure out how I want to lay the card out. And I end up scrapping the hearts, but I'll use those for another project. I just have a little container that I put my miscellaneous stuff in that I don't want to get rid of. And so I'm going to adhere the vellum to the card front. And these two flowers I used on my other Mother's Day card that I made, and I had some left over, and so they're basically just rub-ons that I rubbed onto vellum and cut out. And then I'm taking my Dritz tool again, and I'm doing some more stitching around the actual watercolor paper piece. And this Fuse ruler is really helpful because it's got a curvy line. Most rulers just have the straight line, and so that was really awesome that I could use that to kind of make more even squiggly lines rather than just freehanding it. And I have the silver twine, so I'm going to use that on the card also. So I just adhere it in the back with a piece of tape. And then I'm going to adhere the vellum piece with a piece of double-sided tape. Sometimes I under-embellish a card, and I think I probably could have added something to the top of this card to give it a little bit of something more. I'm so sorry about the background noise. My boys are in the background. And here I'm just rubbing the twine around, and then I'll tape the end piece again to the back. And then my video cuts out, but I end up adhering the happy die cut to the front and stamping it with Happy Mother's Day after I put those flowers. And I just adhere those with my tape runner, I believe, yes. So I adhere those underneath the vellum, kind of on the yellow portion. And then, like I said, my video, it had stopped recording and I didn't realize it. So I kind of cut out a portion of it. But all I did basically was adhere the happy. And then I took my hand stamp and put Mother's Day. And I stamped that out, and it didn't stamp out right the first time. So I took my black jelly roll pen and I just went over the letters with that. And then I also used some Nuvo translucent drops, the ones that I just got in a recent haul. So I put a few of those randomly around the card. And then I also used my white Uniball pen and went around the stitching with that. So that's pretty much it for this card. If I don't get back on and make another video before Sunday, Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. And I hope you enjoyed. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you want to see more, please subscribe. And I will catch you later. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.